Laurence Sanford, Senior Analyst with the American Security Council Foundation. Today's discussion is on Taiwan. And the subject line is Taiwan, to be or not to be. The question of whether Taiwan will continue to exist as an independent entity or country is open. China, under the rule of the CCP, the Chinese Communist Party, claims that Taiwan is part of China and always has been part of China. The Taiwanese claim that Taiwan has never been under the control of the Chinese Communist Party, but has in fact been part of China. So we're into sort of a conundrum in the sense that both parties claim that there is one China, but Taiwan wants to be independent of the People's Republic of China because of the Communist Party. And it all evolved back in 1949 when the Communist Party won control of mainland China and defeated the KMT, which is the ruling party at the time of Taiwan, and was at the time the ruler of China until it lost its war with China, fled to Taiwan with its army and established Taiwan. And since 1949, Taiwan has been protected by the United States Navy and military forces. So Communist China has never had the ability to physically take over Taiwan. They have intimidated Taiwan. They circle Taiwan. They consistently blackball Taiwan. And the U.S. has been ambiguous in the sense that it recognizes the Chinese Communist Party, PRC, People's Republic of China, as ruling all the mainland, but has not agreed that China, the CCP, should take over Taiwan. So it's been very ambiguous. And now with President Trump, the policy is not clear whether the United States would defend Taiwan the way President Biden clearly stated that the U.S. would militarily defend Taiwan. And so the question then is if China decides to exert military action against Taiwan's independence, will the U.S. come to Taiwan's aid? And if they do, will they be successful? And my answer is that the Chinese, with its missiles and the world's largest navy, will quickly defeat and obliterate the U.S. fleet in the Pacific with its missiles and drone programs. That the U.S. cannot possibly support Taiwan's independence if China launches a full-scale war. I would argue that if they do launch a full-scale war, the Taiwan will put up a defense, but it will be quickly overwhelmed. China is a nation of 1.4 billion people with a gross national product of $20 trillion versus Taiwan's less than $1 trillion. The Chinese have 2 million people under arms. The Taiwanese have 1/10 of that force. They don't have the Navy. They don't have anything militarily that can stop the Chinese if they go ahead with a full-scale invasion. My assessment is that China will not invade Taiwan militarily, but they will continue the gray zone activities of encircling, blockading, intimidating Taiwan, so that eventually the Taiwanese say enough is enough. We'll become part of China and try to strike a deal like Hong Kong did. And we all know that making a deal with the Chinese communists is a deal that's broken whenever the communists feel like doing it. So I don't know how the Taiwanese are going to survive if President Xi of China goes ahead and says, we're going to take over China. It's part of our rejuvenation program. It's part of China, and it belongs to us. And power comes through military arms, and China is in a position that they can do pretty much whatever they want. Now, if they do declare war, then that opens up ramifications for all sorts of bad things happening on a worldwide scale. So I don't know if China is prepared at this stage of the game to do that. Though they're gearing up, they're stockpiling foods, and they're developing alliances throughout the world so that if the U.S. exerts economic and financial blockades and embargoes, that they can survive. And they probably can survive better than the U.S. because they're under a dictatorship that will exert control. My hope is that the Chinese will not be willing to do anything militarily and just will continue their program of gray zone activities. Within China, there's internal dissensions, and we can only hope that the CCP will disappear the way that Soviet Union disappeared, not with a bang, but with a whimper.